Okay. Noise suppression. Noise suppression. Noise suppression. Boop. Stop loading. Suppression. Okay, good. Good, good. Okay. Okay. Hi, hi. Call me Schmal, and welcome to Study Hall, where I grind whatever subject, hobby I'm interested in for the day. Please use this time to also grind, work, study, or maybe even relax. My streams are intended to be accompany streams, where I don't mind being on in the background. Thank you for letting me accompany you. Let's get to it. Today, I'm going to talk about me plus Blue Archive Student Edition. How are you doing today? And what are you grinding? Anybody else grinding? So, these little about me things have been very popular on social media recently. Everything from video game characters to members in a corpo. Anyway, these are really fun because it's very individualistic to whoever is making their own, and it's fun to see that interest in Blue Archive characters. There are many categories and many students. In fact, let me bring up that image right now. While I'm working to bring up that image, thank you for waiting. That was one of the longest start screens I think I ever had in my whole streaming endeavors. Yes, it was so long. I don't even know what that is going to do to the algorithm of the whole video, but oh well. Yeah, oh well. In fact, it would be interesting to see what happens. Okay, here is this wonderful image here. Now, I'm going to expand it so each category is readable. Okay, that will about do it. No, it will not do it. I will do it. Like that. So if anybody else has done this about me, link it. I want to see it. Please and thank you. I saw a handful of people doing these, so that's why I was interested in it. Alright. On mine, I don't have a least favorite student or overrated student. So far, I spent about 3.5 hours thinking about it, about which one would fit in that category. Okay, maybe it was 2.5 hours, but after this stream it's going to be 3.5 hours. Because it's very hard to pick least favorite and overrated. Because I don't think I would be a good sensei to put anybody in there. I would be a mockery of what a sensei is. Let me grab my laptop charger really quick. Hold on. Okay, it's charged up. And I'm gonna take a moment to look at chat. Yeah, by the way, hi Jamals. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. And welcome anybody else. Welcome. Yep, as always, this is just a study hall writing stream. It's just whatever we're interested in for the day. For this week's schedule, I was able to make a concrete idea for what would be happening for the stream. Yeah, so that was fun. So, my favorite student, I'm going to expand this. Can I make Eris bigger? Yes, I can. Ooh, that looks good. Great. Front end okay, next to me. Yep. Right beside Sensei. Great, I like that. Hey, my favorite student is Alice Tendo. Many people call her Eris. To be honest, her first name is kind of everywhere. Still, this is my favorite Blue Archive student, and she is my favorite because of her design initially. As you can see, I'm a big fan of the chunky middle bang. And her color scheme is really great. It has the soothing blue. Also, this character has really long hair. It practically touches the floor if it's not tied up. I like that. And past her appearance, she is also a robot. Yeah. I love robots. Especially these cute ones. I'm not all the way caught up on Blue Archive lore, so I don't know who made Eris, but whoever did a fine job. I bet it took 25 years to make Eris. Like, at least as long as it took to make X for Mega Man, definitely. Yeah, so just the concept of her being a little robot is something that I like. And her whole personality is based off of playing video games. Because the girls who found her decided to teach her that way. So she makes a lot of noises. What is the modern word for making those kinds of noises? Stims? Yeah. And generally, since video games have a lot of heroic characters, Alice has a righteous personality. So that's very adorable. So coupled with her looks and how she acts, this is my favorite student. In fact, this is the student that brought me into Blue Archive. Great quality. Oh, and that's not even talking about her weapon. She carries this huge behemoth of a weapon that nobody can typically pick up. Her weapon was designed within the Millennium School as kind of just a fun thing. Yeah, it wasn't like meant to be held by anybody. So yeah, she has this awesome weapon. It's very flashy. Very flashy, and it's blue. She's blue, like Blue Archive. In fact, maybe Eris is the Archive. No, she's more than that. Like I said, I haven't caught up on the lore completely. For the most part, I really like playing Tactical Challenge and leveling up my students' gear and skills. Yeah, that keeps me really busy as a sensei. I'm so busy. Anything else I can mention about her? No, I think that's all for now. Moving on. I'm just gonna go down like this. Cutest personality. Yeah, let me make sure everything's aligned. It's been a while since I streamed, so... Okay. And cutest personality goes to... ᶒᶕᵃ. Good job, ᶒᶕ. You are the cutest, in my opinion. And ᶒᶕ is the cutest personality, in my opinion, because her hobby is listening in on sensei and simply being impressed when sensei says something, when sensei breathes, when sensei says anything. And it's so funny. It's really comedic. So if any other sensei haven't done ᶒᶕ's Momo Talk, please go do so because it's really funny. Yeah, ᶒᶕ will go to great lengths to get her audio quality. And to me, that's a really good thing to be interested in, because sounds are very unique. Everybody sounds different, animals make noises, there's the sound of nature. So for ᶒᶕ to be interested in sensei's voice, I find that really cute. On top of being cute, she has nice glasses. Yeah, her eyes are bigger than usual, and her chibi model has very big eyes, so it's also cute. And look, her irises are this kind of pink color. Pink, and then, you know, she has purple actual eyes. Also a long hair character. So you can probably tell I like characters with long hair. Yeah, so ᶒᶕ's cutest thing is her obsession with sound. Yes. Please do her Momo Talk, it's so fun. Alright. Bye, ᶒᶕ. Pet pet. Moving on. Best drip. Blah 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 blah. Sorry, I want to make sure I have the student's last name up too. Yeah. Earlier today when I was setting up stream, I took a little bit of time with the internet. Yeah, because before stream, I had a vacation. So everything was turned off. And you know, once a person comes home from vacation, the Wi-Fi comes back on. Yeah, it's good to turn off the stuff in the house and not use energy if you don't need it. Alright. Doing my students the respect they deserve because they have a first name and a last name. Student with the best drip goes to Makoto Hanuma. Hanuma. You know, that last name sounds very regal. Uma, that makes me think of a horse, too. And Han, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Makoto has the best drip. Yeah, in my opinion, her hat, and she generally has a long coat. Yeah, also long hair, horns, not just 2, 4. Also, icy blue eyes. Yes. Sorry, that's like not drip. Those are actual eyeballs. Anyway, best drip goes to Makoto. Yeah, she has such presence. In fact, she looks so cool. It's just that the moment she starts to talk, she is not cool anymore. Yeah. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Makoto. We'll protect forever. We'll protect forever. Yes, I will. Protect. Oh. Very interesting surname. Cute, even. My will protect forever goes to Sarika Kuromi. Ah. Yeah, I really like Sarika. She is so hardworking, and it's just natural for Sarika to be doing this and that. Oh, and before I go on about Sarika, let me look at chat for a minute because I wasn't looking at that properly. Sorry. Hi Kyrie, not Kyrie. Yeah, I'm doing really good today. I'm so happy to stream and show everybody my favorite Blue Archive students. Have you done this meme recently? I'm curious if you have. Lettuce Gremlin. Hello, Narrow. Yes, I am Narrow. I'm a Narrow. Be careful. Be careful. It's small over here. Very small. Narrow. Yes, it's very good to be back too. It's been so long since it felt like I actually put all proper efforts into making a weekly schedule and stuff. So, really happy. Yeah, it feels like nothing mattered until last February or March. Oh, so the internet was the main problem. Yeah, it was the main problem. Yep, but finally it was fixed. Finally. Yeah, for the most part, technology can be rolled over. I don't get... It's kind of exhausting to troubleshoot, but it's not so entirely frustrating where it feels impossible, because it is humans that have made technology. So I told the internet to work again. Okay. You haven't done it yet? Oh, okay. That's alright. If you ever do so, put it as a comment below my stream announcement. If you ever do it. Yep. So yeah, Serika, I will protect forever because she is always doing actions that are protecting others. You know, she sees that huge depth that her school is in, and you know, the student chips away at it with all these little part-time jobs. Sorry, that was my phone powered on. I have a Motorola. And oh, let me get Serika back in view. Sorry. No, that's about right. That's right. Yeah. So Serika really impressed me, and upon meeting Sensei, she had a good reaction, a good natural reaction, to be honest. Like, I know Sensei was sent out to help, and that's Sensei's role, but Serika was cautious. And being cautious and careful, that is a good survival quality. It's a good smart quality. And, you know, eventually Serika likes Sensei, of course. It takes a while. It takes a long while. I think her Momo talk is definitely longer. Yeah. So long as this Sensei is grinding, I hope that the Abudo school will get that monthly anonymous donor money. Yeah, ever since I hope. Yep. Sensei hopes and protects. The only thing I don't like about Seri. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, I am. She has 4 ears. Don't look at the 4 ears too long. I don't know why so many characters have 4 ears. Is anybody else bothered by this? Why do so many characters have 4 ears? It baffles me. It keeps me awake at night, in fact. You know, sometimes I look at merch, and it also has the 4 ears, of course. How can it not have the 4 ears when the original has 4 ears? Maybe Sensei can just clip them off. Also, sorry, my phone just powered on again. Yeah, very strange. Maybe the developers can answer that question. If anybody is going to Offkai Expo and they are going to the Blue Archive panel, please ask them this. Or you know what, don't. I will ask them when I get the chance, because I'll put the oomph behind it. Still, I can overlook 4 ears. It's okay. Now, moving on. I'm going to crop this picture later. But for now, I'm just going to wing it because I don't want to stall too long. Today I plan to stream for 3 hours. I'm sorry, I said that a little loud. But I can't stream for 3 hours. Still, getting in all that I can will do. from now on, when I talk about each student and I yap, I'm gonna get the next student ready. Yes. Okay, but for now, I am moving on to the student that grew on me over time. Yeah, and this particular student, she really did grow over me. Grew on me. Sorry, maybe I should focus a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Hoshino's surname is Takanashi. Nice. Okay, Hoshino Takanashi is the student that grew on me over time. Yeah, from a glance, Hoshino doesn't really seem special. She's cute, really cute. But the thing that grew on me over time is her current personality with her past. So she's really different. Hoshino is a third year in her school. And if you play through the story, we can see her as a first year student. And Hoshino as a first year is a really awesome character. I really respect that kind of personality, to be honest. Doesn't this one have the big machine gun? Sorry, I just looked at chat right now. Big machine gun. You don't have the machine gun? You don't have the machine gun? I do have a student that does use a machine gun who is a favorite, like, consistently. Oop. Yeah, but Hoshino, she has a weapon and a shield, which is really impressive. 4 ears, she can hear anything from 1,000-meter radius. Yeah, Sarika probably can. It's kind of horrifying. I know it is. Yeah, maybe she can hear really well. I'm gonna look at it that way and not as a deformity. Yeah. Hoshino, yep, really grew on me. I find that contrast so fascinating about her. And the fact that Hoshino is chill is really healthy in my opinion. Maybe Hoshino is too chill because she's sleeping all the time. I almost think that Hoshino has seen the horrors of the world, therefore she prefers to sleep. But you know, when she's awake, she's playful and kind to her kohai, to her underclassmen. So yeah. Hoshino. In fact, I have a few plushies of Hoshino. If anybody is into Chocopuni posting, Hoshino is very popular, and in fact probably the propagator of the whole Chocopuni posting, thanks to Shuri. Yeah. Shuri sensei. So how many Hoshino plushes do I have? I have 3. Yeah, see, that goes to show that a character grows on somebody when we bother to have them in plushie form. Yeah, so cute. Choco Poonies are something that is really fun about the Blue Archive community, and it's a really happy part about it. Like, there's literally nothing negative. A couple days or weeks ago, I saw some sensei fretting about a Choco Poonie plushie on the grill of a car. Yeah, some of them didn't like it because the plushie gets dirty and weather worn. Yeah, so they felt that it was like abuse on the Choco Poonie. I kind of get what they're saying, but in a way I don't mind. I think it's funny. Yeah, because I know that it's not like they're on the car because they're hated. It's because it's just funny. Yeah. Hoshino is worthy to have a plushie form of. Who is below Hoshino? Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much stuff about the characters sometimes, because it might be spoilers. Sorry, that was like the same word in the same sentence. Sorry, streamer brain. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna go straight on into not my usual type, but K. K, I don't think K has last name. Yeah. K over here is also a little machine. Yeah, so that's a plus. I mean, Eris has a last name. Oh, she has the same name as Eris. Okay. And the student, that is not my usual type, but goes to K-Tendo. Ooh, she has a really nice design as well. And this design with her white hair is very recent. Previously, when people would draw what they think K looks like, they would just give Eris red eyes and a red halo, which makes sense. However, with K, she has white hair. It's so pretty. It reminds me of an albino an albino rabbit. Yeah, she looks like an albino rabbit, and it's so cute. Also, if anybody has owned a rabbit before, you would know, and if you don't know now, you will know. Rabbits are soon. They are tsunderes. They are mean little creatures. Sometimes they are picky. They are sensitive. But they look cute. So they are worthy to keep around. Yeah. So yeah, Kay really grew on me. Normally I don't like characters that are too mean, but knowing that she is a robot and basically supposed to be like that, you know, not have any like super silly concepts, it makes sense. I like that she is serious because she's kind of supposed to be that way. She's made that way. And it can't really be changed so much. But if it does, it's just in some small, sweet moments which make her really growable to anybody if you bother to take a look at this character, this student. Also, she is the counterpart of Eris pretty much. So it makes it even better. It's like enjoying a coin and liking both of the sides. Is perfect. Yeah, so I like Kay a lot. And she has enough little details that help her stick out from Eris. You know, for example, the way they do their hair is different. And even the way their middle chunky bang is a bit different too. Yeah. Bye-bye, Kay. Okay. Moving on. Okay, like Kay. We were just talking about Kay. In fact, I like Kay so much. She grew on me that my Discord picture is of Kay being smug. Yeah, it's her victory pose after a mission. She has a very smug look on her face. Okay, but now that I have a different student on screen, I should talk about them. Yes. So, the best live 2D goes to Shun Sunahara. So pretty. Best live 2D. Now, many people think that a Blue Archive player is immediately favors the lowlies, and I don't blame them. That makes sense. Still, Blue Archive is truly a game that is made for people who like cute anime girls. It really is. And so Shun, she is not a lowly. In fact, she doesn't even want to tell Sensei her age. I imagine that Shun is like an adult technically, but she doesn't leave her school because she takes care of the smaller kids in the Plum Blossom Garden. Yeah. So if you haven't had the chance to look at Shun's live 2D after you've completed her Momo talk, please do. It is a sight for sore eyes, a sight for sensei. Yeah, the colors are great. The POV is really appealing. And there are some nice shiny bits in this live 2D and not anything. No, yes, there are different types of bits in this live 2D. If you are a bit enjoyer, if you like big shiny bits, small bits off in the corner shining, big ones in the center, this live 2D is for you. You will not be disappointed. Maybe it'll be considered the best. Very cute. I really like this design. Who are you talking about, Lettuce Gremlin? Sorry, I like moved on from like students, so I just want to make sure. Yeah. Also, I am really interested in the favorites of others too, because sometimes learning about why a particular student or character is your favorite, it kind of stirs the interest for other people as well, because we might be open to a new perspective, or maybe just the way a character is being talked about is perceived as cute and endearing. So again, open interest. Yeah. I super like Shun's live 2D. Very soothing. Alright, Shun. Bye-bye. Oh, before I move away from Shun, I just want to give an extra detail. She's in my tactical challenge team. So, Shun is really great within the meta. Is that okay to say? Yeah, she is a really viable character. Yeah, very strong. Okay. Now this, I actually changed a few categories because I didn't like it. I think this category was... I forgot. In fact, I'm going to make sure to post a link to this. So... yeah, just to cover all bases. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, we were on Shun. And the cute was the albino girl. Yeah, so cute and adorable. Some students even have muscles. It's so surprising. Like I said, the developers for this game truly know how to enjoy themselves and think about the enjoyment of others. Oh, I love this type of horns for some reason. Right? Right? She has these curly ram horns and they're black. Yeah, the shape and the size is a good color on her. Yeah. Oh, muscles? Oh, cool. Then that means Blue Archive even has something super interesting to you, Lettuce Gremlin. Yeah, I forgot the character's name. But yes, she is very muscular. Alright, who is this student's last name? Whose last name? So just as a heads up, I still have a good while that I can stream. I don't plan on taking any breaks because I don't want to waste any time. Also, I have a drink right next to me. It's one of those new McDonald's drinks. It's the strawberry watermelon refresher. I think it's my favorite so far. I've had that one, and I've also had the blueberry cream one. Yeah, those are the ones I had. And this is really fitting because this student that I have up, she loves food. In fact, a little too much. Yeah, a little too much, but it's really funny. My particular wallpaper that I have of her is posted on my X account. Yeah. It's a really cute picture where she's just basically in chibi form and happy about eating a huge plate of fried rice and dumplings. And my phone apps are on the table, like she's going to eat the apps. Okay, I finally got her last name. Who I have as my phone wallpaper goes to Izumi Shishido. Yay, she's so cute. Yeah, even right here in this picture, her weird taste in food is showing because there is chocolate in the burger. Yeah, and look at her, she's happy. She likes it. Oh, I have finished. Oh wait, hold on. Is that lettuce she's eating? Yeah, there's lettuce in the chocolate burger she's eating. She probably likes it extra because it's crunchy. If I were to get a Choco Puni plushie, it would be of Izumi. I'm stealing her food. I think she would be happy to let you have a little bite. Yeah, this character is part of the Research Gourmet Society, so Izumi and her friends are always eating. They're always having fun eating together and being honest with themselves. Yeah. Let's see. I did her regular live 2D, which I recommend anybody does. Yeah, because you'll get to see what what kind of food she got excited for. And it's so absurd. Yeah, please check it out. I don't want to spoil it. I'm aware that within the game we can get her swimsuit version for free. We just have to, you know, read the story if you haven't. Yeah, because the game is generous and you can just get these special students. Yeah, here right now I just have the regular Izumi, but there is a swimsuit version. And she's like eating a bunch of watermelon and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, very appealing, black horns. I generally like characters with blonde hair. I'm starting to realize that about myself a lot. There's a good ratio of characters with blonde hair. It's either blonde or black hair characters I usually like. Yeah, just something. Now that I moved all the way down, I should probably start cropping the picture. Yes, I should. While I'm doing that, I shall think. You know what? I shall not think because streamer brain is really a thing. I thought I would not be susceptible to it, but for some reason, once everything is on and once I find myself talking and stuff, streamer brain happens and it gets a little cloudy in there. Yeah, isn't that something? How can I train myself out of that? Because it should be something that I can learn to not do. Yeah. technically, I think this must be around my 30th stream. I like characters with darker toned hair. Good taste, Lettuce Gremlin. I agree with your taste. Yeah, it just really stands out, and it also makes a character's eye color stand out as well if their character design has dark hair. Oh, I am managing through my streamer brain. I am focusing. I can do it. I can do it. And I'm thinking past it and doing more by cropping this picture for all of you. Yeah, it will just make it easier for visual purposes. Speaking of visuals and purposes, how is the audio? I hope it's okay. Does it sound alright? Okay, I have the image cropped, so I'm going to bring it up. There. Time to make it big. Maybe on stream I will decide to put an overrated character. I almost feel like I need to because I kind of hyped up the aspect of an overrated character and an one that is my least favorite. Yeah, I don't know though. It feels like I'm a bad sensei if I do it. Okay. Get big. Get big. Yeah. This is a category. Sorry, that was loud. This is a category. You know, that's actually fitting for this character because she is so loud. If there is any negative critique about this student, it's because she is too loud. Oh, okay. You're a little quiet, but I can just raise my volume. Okay, I'm gonna raise my volume actually. How appropriate. The volume of the sound. Yeah, let's see. I forgot what category this was that I changed, but I did it anyway. I think this category was just I hate you and for real. I might just be kind of deaf. No, nah, you're probably not deaf. It's probably my end. Yeah. Yeah, I will fix it either way. But even so, thank you for answering. Thank you. It really does help. Ah, people are trying to call me when I'm streaming. I cannot take a call. No, no, no. Alright. Does Shannon have a last name? Surely she does. What? She doesn't. No, 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 she does, she does. Okay. Huh. Okay. And for the category of I hate when you see me lose in tactical challenge goes to Shannon. Kararu. Yep, it goes to her. I saw some sensei legitimately put her as a character that they hate, mostly because she's just loud, and this student is basically a joke on how newscasters are. Yeah. So I play Tactical Challenge a lot. So when she sees me lose, I don't like it. Nope, I don't. Huh. Oh, though if there's any redeeming quality, if you like to see the silver lining in a character, her design is really good. Yeah, her eyes have these sort of stars, and her nails are painted to match her eyes, and a few other parts about her design. So yeah, great design as usual. I don't think there's honestly any design that I don't like for a Blue Archive student, because they're also all supposed to be unique, and the way a sensei is we're supposed to be accepting and trying to help nourish these individualistic things about a student. Yeah. Grow and nurture. Okay, see you in Tactical Challenge, Shannon. See you later tonight. Yeah. Alright. Below Shannon is who I currently think is the most unique. Yeah, here she is. Let me just make sure. There, that's a little bit better. Thanks for bearing with me as I, just play around with the ratio. Thank you. So yeah, currently, I think this student is the most unique to me. She's got a great color scheme. I'm loving the greenish blues. Yeah, for Shannon. Yeah, you are an appreciator of the arts, Lettuce Gremlin. I see that about you. Good, good. Now, for this category here, let me find her last name. Okay. Most unique goes to in my opinion. Kaede Isami. Yes. In my view, why I consider her the most unique is because of her freakish 4 ears. She is part of the 1% of the Blue Archive characters with 4 ears. And her design. Yeah, she is very, very petite, yet top heavy. So I think it's kind of funny. And her hobby is not really shown as much for characters, you know, for girls. So I really appreciate this particular hobby, and she is into a card game within the Blue Archive universe. I haven't finished her Momo talk, so I kind of forgot what card game she's into, but she's super, super into it. And I find that really endearing. Yeah, because I also like card games. You know, so seeing this character like get excited for the cardboard is something relatable, yet I don't see it so often in female characters. Yeah, trading card games are really heavy on the strategy. Of course, there's the part where you can collect the cards, and that's fun and fine. But playing the cards is where it's really at. So that's really fun. Yeah. So Kaede is the most unique, in my opinion. Yeah, and I really look forward to doing her Momo talks. Probably I will do just a whole stream where I do her Momo talk and maybe talk about trading card games a little bit. Anyway, yes, most unique goes to her. Oh, and before I move on, her halo is really interesting too. She kind of has a flower halo, but there are these sort of beads. They look like this type of bead. And so yeah, her halo is a little unique in my opinion as well. I took 2 art classes, so I'm basically an expert. Oh. Hey, if you took an art class, then even if it's just 2, that is 2 classes of education. That is something. Because who knows? Maybe you learned about color theory, which is a really cool theory. And it totally makes sense too. Yes, it does. Okay, goodbye, most unique student. I shall do a stream with you later. You are deserving of it. Oh. Yeah, this category I left it as is because I took away the emoji, but I left the words. This is another student from the Gourmet Research Society, and she is the president. And with how insane that club is, the president is enormously insane. The Blue Archive student that goes into needs correction, in the opinion of Schmal sensei, goes to Haruna Kurodate. Look at her. Her aura is so smug, but insane. Do not be fooled. She will blow up stuff. with a smile on her face with revenge. Yeah, her Momo talk is very funny. You get to see how Sensei's personality within the game, you know, to nurture each student is really tempered. You know, the Sensei doesn't really scold the students too much, you know, but in my opinion, Haruna, she needs correction. Sometimes she goes a little too far, and there are many instances where her whole club is regarded as terrorists. Yes, terrorists. Haruna goes around with her friends, and one of them knows how to drive. So they go abducting other students that know how to cook. They go to restaurants, and if they don't like it, they blow it up. And if they do like the restaurants, they eat them clean out of all their ingredients. This is Haruna, and she is the head of all that. Maybe I got a little heated on that, but yeah, I think this is a good category that makes sense. That's who I think needs correction, is Haruna. Yep. Who is near Haruna? Oh, she's at the corner. Okay. So I'm going to move on to the other side. Going up to the top corner. Oh no, least favorite student. Can I do that now? Don't want to. Okay, I'm gonna save these categories for last and really ponder about it, okay? Okay. Also, let me just check the time, because I do have to mind it a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna move on a little faster. I'm gonna be quick. Quick. Also, before being quick, I'm gonna check chat. Okay, all caught up. As a side note, thank you for anybody who talked in chat. It's not a requirement if you watch my stream to chat or say anything. So if you do, thank you. Just a little extra thank you. It gives me a little something to go off of, and just knowing you're there makes me happy. So thank you for anybody who is having me on in the background. Yeah, this is certainly a stream where I welcome lurkers, because I framed this as a working together stream. Yeah. I would hope that, you know, you're kind of doing something. Multitasking, yes. I would kind of hope that you're multitasking or relaxing. Anybody who is viewing this. Now, most relatable. Maybe many don't have this as the most relatable, because this character is kind of a dummy. She's kind of dumb. But I relate to her. Yeah. So, her last name is... Yes, this sensei here, Schmal sensei, all of the students are, when I address them like this, I need to address them with their last name. Yes, it's only proper. Okay. And the most relatable Blue Archive character for Schmal Sensei goes to Aru Riku Hachima. Yeah, it goes to Aru. I find Aru most relatable because she tries hard. Like, you know, she has a vision for herself and goes for it just for the sake of the aesthetic, just for the sake of the looks, for the sake of doing it, for the sake of the reputation. I find that relatable. There's not like Haru. It's not Haru. Aru. She is very dedicated to her way of living. And despite that, being a hard worker towards how she wants to look and be perceived, Aru is an airhead, and her emotions really show on her face. So no matter how cool or put together she tries to be, her mask will always slip and her true emotions will show. So I find her to be the most relatable. Yeah. Yeah. She's really funny as well, just because of her airheadedness and how she wears her emotions. Yeah. So, goodbye, relatable Aru. Goodbye. Oh, okay. Now, the coolest weapon. Yeah, this student has a very cool weapon. Yeah, sorry, I was just realigning everything. I almost feel like with her weapon, I need to actually say what weapon she has. If you use the students and look at her animation for her special skill, it's really cool. As well for her just being in possession of the weapon because it's huge. It's huge. Okay. For while I'm looking this up, I'm gonna yap a bit. So for a while, I had the students live 2D as my memorial lobby for a good while. Yeah, I really resonated with this character a bit. Okay, so the coolest weapon, the student with the coolest weapon, goes to Misaki Imashino. Yes, Misaki. She has the coolest weapon in my opinion. And I explained it just a moment ago, but let me see if I can find what her firearm is called. She uses a dark blue FIM 92 Stinger man pads. The school's motto is imprinted on the gripstock. She also has a black Ruger LCR revolver hoisted in her boots as a secondary weapon. Okay. Wow, firearms sure have some scary names. Yeah. Once something starts to have a number as a name, we should be cautious. Okay. Yes. Check out her weapon. If you get a chance, you'll be impressed. You'll be impressed by Misaki. Okay, moving down. Hangout buddy. Yeah, so this might be a bit more unique to have within the categories. But when I saw this student in the Valentine event, I really liked her. Yeah, and it's nothing romantic or anything. I just think she would be really nice to hang out with. Let's see. I forgot her name though. Yeah. Let's see what I can find her name. I hope the Valentine chocolate event happens on actual Valentine's Day. Or around the time. Because I remember when I played through the event, it wasn't around the actual time of the month. It's only just recently that the developers seem to be nicer to the worldwide audience and releasing things closer. Yeah, the developers and whoever, runs Blue Archive, they are always doing things to please the fans. Yeah, all the way down to who they choose to collab with. What is her name? I'm a bad sensei. I'm a bad sensei. Oh no. Yeah, technically, technically you are a bad sensei if you can't remember the names of your students. No. No. I must do better for them. Here, I'm gonna read chat for the moment. Whenever I'm sleepy, I get more chatty during streams. Oh! That's fun that you're a little chatty when you get sleepy. Especially, since you're chatting in my chat. So thank you. And I hope that once you do get to sleep, it'll be nice. The other day, no, yesterday, when I get, sleepy, I totally get quiet. Yeah. Yep. I'm just reading while procrastinating my work. Oh, okay, you're working and reading. You're not procrastinating, you're multitasking. I slept for like 12 hours. Oh, that's a long time. To be honest, I know how it feels like to sleep for 12 hours. I bet we regenerate really well when getting 12 hours of sleep. Like, just imagine the amount of regeneration that we get to do. And you did that. You have that, Kyrie. Good job on sleeping 12 hours. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. This is my hangout buddy. You know, I think I'm just going to have to go off with my memory about the students' names. So forgive me, but I want to get through the whole thing during the stream. I really do. Yeah. So just to elaborate on why I think she would be a good hangout buddy is because this student, she is always holding a huge stack of paperwork. You will see her when you complete your dailies as a sensei. And she's really appreciative with getting help. And having seen, you know, this student's work ethic and their appreciation for enjoying a cup of coffee or a piece of chocolate to energize herself to work more, I like that a lot. I think she and I would get along if we do hang out. My body is a machine that always wakes me up before 8. Ooh. Well, as you know, I have a big respect for things with machine-like qualities. So you're doing good too. You are. Okay, so hangout buddy, that is who it will be. I think she has a cute name. It reminds me of something. But yeah, sorry, I just kind of forgot. Okay, now I know that I'm in the middle of the chart. Okay. Taking a look. Yeah, and as I said before, I will save the 2 categories for last that I have not done. Yeah, it's so hard. I just can't think on where to put that. Oh, I just cropped it within here. How cool. Okay. Secretary pick. I'm not so sure what that means. However, it seems like it's like a special pick. Yeah. So I felt like Nonami would go good in this category because for the longest of time she was in my tactical challenge team. And she with her machine gun is so strong. So strong. How many are on the chart? Let me see how many are on there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. About 18. Sorry, I just kind of like made a guesstimate. Yeah, but there is not too many left. So yeah, Nonami is my secretary pick. She is very strong, has a awesome machine gun. I like her design. She's also really wealthy, which in the way she flaunts it is a bit funny. You know, Nonami has that gold card that she uses. Yeah. And she really cares about her classmates. Yeah. Nonami is an all-around really good student. Coolest overall design goes to... Schmal Sensei is forgetting your name. Schmal Sensei. How can I forget her name? She's so popular. How? It's streamer brain, I'm telling you. Yeah. I know that this character, she's bat-like. She has bat wings. And her halo is massive. Yeah, when she's sleepy or tired, her halo gets small. Yes, and I would say that most people who enjoy Blue Archive like this character, either because of her personality or her design. Maybe someday I will have fun and like literally learn all of the students' names. It's a bit more difficult because their names are Japanese names. Yeah. Though, you know, lots of things can be memorized if, you know, we put our mind to it. Okay. I remember you now. Schmal Sensei remembers you. I'm sorry, Hina. I'm sorry. She has one of the most simplest names too. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull it together. Hina has the coolest overall design. Yep, she really does. There is lots of, you know, hair ornaments going on. I had mentioned her halo. She has these very long, thin bat wings. And her stature is very petite. Yeah. So she is super petite, but has this kind of authoritative look to her. You know, everybody in Gehenna is pretty much afraid of her. Yeah. Hina is very strong. But aside from those things, she just honestly has the coolest overall design. Yeah. And her horns look like her halo. The kind of design, like, has this kind of like broken, shattered look to it. And yeah, very fair. Purple eyes. Yeah, it's so pretty. Yeah. Hina, I could admire you for a long time. And I'm sure many sensei agree. Okay, Hina. But you know, I have to mind the time, Hina. I will look at you more later. Okay. Above Hina is the category for I hate you, affectionate. Oh, before I move on though. Oh, I've seen this one around, very cool design. Yeah, you're talking about Hina. I'm glad you've seen her around. Good. So, after Hina, we are in this category for I hate you, affectionate. This character, she's really crazy. You know, she is always thinking about hot springs. And I haven't gotten to her Momo talk. So I've been told that there is some more deeper meaning to why she's so aggressive with the way she is. But from my perspective currently, she causes so much trouble. Yeah, she causes so much trouble. Yeah, again, there is this thing about an ulterior motive why. But until then, until I fully comprehend the story, I hate you. Affectionately. I'm not even gonna look up your name right now. Oh, and underrated. Okay, underrated goes to ᶖᵃᵍᵉ. ᶖᵃᵍᵉ is really underrated. Probably for a few reasons. Maybe it's her design, maybe it's because she's also a bit of a ᵒᶜᶦᵃvél. But yeah, I generally think that ᶖᵃᵍᵉ is underrated. Again, I mentioned how she's always working and thinking about her classmates. So please check out ᶖᵃᵍᵉ if you can. She's a really underrated character. Yeah. And there are some alt versions that are very appealing. There's a swimsuit version. I think a shrine maiden version. Yeah, quite a few. So later on, I'm going to very much enjoy doing those Momo talks if I have some of her alt versions. I think I have one, maybe her swimsuit. But yeah, such a treat. I can't wait to see how that works out. Yeah. I will protect you forever, ᶖᵃᵍᵉ. Yes, Sensei has your back. And I will work with you. We'll make money. Well, now we get on to the categories that I couldn't figure out. So I'm going to try to figure out within the amount of time left I have on stream. It's going to be so super hard. I kind of like want to like not think about it. Yeah, because like as I said, it's hard. Like I would be a bad sensei. I would. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get up the full image really quick. There we go. Cropping the picture. Yeah. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Woohoo! Okay. Overrated. Who is the most overrated character? You know, thinking about the term overrated, it's just so hard. Does anybody in chat have a character in Blue Archive they think is overrated? Or your least favorite? I know that's one of the toughest questions in the world. You know, I think no matter how much I rack my brain, I truly can't think of any students for that category. It just makes me anxious and sad and angry and like a failure. Ugh. Overrated. Yeah, it's just impossible. Impossible. I tried. I put so many hours into thinking what those students would be. I still really need to try the game. Oh, you haven't played it before. Well, I find it very interesting that you're letting me yap to you about it. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. I still can't think of any of it. Nope. Nope. And looking at the time, I only have about 5 minutes left anyway. Now maybe just to put it out there, the most overrated student might be Nope, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. In fact, if I did, I would need to take off my lanyard. I would need to take off my little sensei paper on my head. I would not be a sensei anymore. Yeah, there. I said it. This sensei has no negative categories for their students like that. Yep, that's just the way it is. I'm sorry, world. I'm sorry. But what I'm not sorry about is getting to show off a bit about my favorites. It was really fun getting to yap about all these students here. And this isn't even a quarter of the students. There are so many. It did take a little while to do this, but it was fun. And yeah, it was even funner talking about it. I've watched some people play it, like Schmal. Oh, yay! I'm glad I can introduce you more to Blue Archive. Yeah. Personally, I think a person can... person. In my opinion, things can be enjoyed in a lot of different ways. You know, before I even played Blue Archive, I was a huge fan of the art and just enjoyed the art for a year before I even played. So yeah, there's lots of ways to enjoy things. Well, thank you all so much for letting me accompany you for a little bit. Whether you grinded, relaxed, multitasked, whatever. Thank you so much for stopping by. My next stream will be tomorrow, and I will be talking about and showing my process about emailing Off-Kai Expo about their conduct and sponsorship with Fansly. So that's going to be a very educational stream because I will be showing the process on how to question an organization about what they're doing. And there are many ways. So that will be very interesting to show and do tomorrow. Yeah. Off-Kai Expo is a huge VTuber convention. So that's in my realm of things. So that's why I feel a bit passionate of contacting Offkai Expo. Yes, there's a few reasons why I'm passionate about it, and you'll probably hear more about it tomorrow. So I'll save that for then. And until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye!